Religion, The Real Matrix, the book based on African spirituality and mythology from ancient Kemet or Egypt. Written by author Heru Ifangbemi, the book shows that all Western religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, plagiarize from African spiritual systems to come up with their religions. Buy the book on Amazon. Link is in the description box. Let's go.
Source of entertainment versus source of emulation.
I want to add on a little bit further to that. We see, I forget the exact name, that was trying to push the movement for rappers' lyrics not to be used against them in court. How do you feel about that aspect? That new, I think they pushed a certain law in a certain state. How do you feel about that? Rappers' lyrics not being used against them in court.
I think it's foolish, but very conspiratorial to use a rapper's lyrics in court, knowing that A&R people control the image of most of these rappers. A&R people and execs encourage these rappers to include violence and crime in their lyrics. Most of these lawyers know that most of these crime lyrics are scripted. So to use them as probative in a court of law, it's very conspiratorial. But the flip side of that is, to my earlier point, the chickens were always going to come home to roost. Take the Rico Act, the Rico laws that are now being weaponized against the rappers, right? The Rico laws were constructed to take down the mafia. And for decades, rappers have emulated the Italian mafia. And now, in a horrible display of poetry and irony, those Rico laws are now being weaponized against rappers who and rap has emulated the Italian mafia for so long. Chickens are coming home to roost with us in hip hop today. That's my point. Whether it's with the use of our lyrics, our scripted lyrics that have real life impact for Black people in the community. Black people have suffered from these lyrics for decades. And now the enemy is bringing our brothers in court and using those lyrics against them. I don't like it. I don't agree with it, but it was inevitable. These chickens were inevitably coming home to roost. And I think that is what hip hop is facing across the board right now.
Expound on that. That kind of puts me perfectly into my next question, which was about Young Thug. Last year, we had a very powerful conversation about Young Thug in particular, and now we see him as one of the head men going through exactly what you just articulated. What do you think about his personal battle currently? And according to the Georgia DA, I forgot what city she's in, but according to her, there's more to come, and we'll hear more names. What do you think about Young Thug and his people who are currently behind bars with him?
Of course, they're scapegoating Young Thug and Gunna. I pray that all of them beat that case. I think it is an unjust case. I want our brothers to be free. Young Thug was touched by the Honorable Brother Minister Farrakhan. And when the Honorable Brother Minister Farrakhan met Young Thug, he saw and he told him that he saw God in him. And I see God in my brother Young Thug. His handlers, Young Thug's handlers, were Satan. And that's why he was on his album covers with dresses on. But Young Thug isn't gay. And Young Thug isn't this monster that the Georgia DA is trying to paint him as. He is a budding God. And I would want our brother to have the opportunity to grow into his best potential, his greatest potential. But the court systems, everybody is targeting our rappers because our rappers have been the gods of the Black community for so long, but also too many white children have been caught up in the swag of the Black rapper. And see, when the patriarchs of white society can't pass their power in their industry down to their children, because in their mind, their children have been too corrupted by the influence of hip hop, then you see this society really going DEFCON 3 to you say with that language, going DEFCON 3 on hip hop. So I think the Rico Act arrests are part and parcel with the pandemic of death that we are seeing. And I think both of those are also part and parcel with the clear homosexualizing of hip hop that we see as well. I think those are three phenomena that seem separate on the surface, but underneath are connected at the root.